Now, here with me are 5 signs that you're gonna be rich soon. I know this is that video that you would love to watch it to the end so that you understand, oh my goodness, I would love to get the news that I'm gonna be rich soon. By the way, did you know that you must possess some of the signs and behaviors and characters deep inside of yourself, but you have never known? Sometimes you appear as if you ask yourself, why am I an outcast or what is going on? Come on, let's share this video. And by the way, let me just write the topic. It's 5 signs, okay, you're gonna be rich soon. That's the topic, okay? And the sign number 1. But before we share and discuss the sign number 1, 2, 3, all the way to sign number 5, make sure that you subscribe. Why am I even telling you to subscribe? Make sure that you turn that notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I upload a new good video. Because I make this kind of videos each and every day. Can you imagine that? Just for the sake of you guys. And by the way, don't forget to leave a comment on the comment section. Tell me which signs among whatever I'm gonna discuss here are you actually possess, and be very true to yourself. Are we together? Sign number 1, you have the ability to keep secret. If there is a sign that you need to possess that shows indeed that you're on your way to becoming a successful individual, is the ability to keep secret. Let me tell you the advantages of having the ability to keep secret. A lot of people will entrust you. You can keep your word. You can actually be invited to make deals. You can actually be moved close to a certain circle. By the way, let me tell you one thing, men. I don't know much about ladies, but for men, a man, the moment you realize that older men are entrusting you with something, let's say they are giving you their car and they're telling you, hey, you young man, come, take this car, go grab something and bring us for the wazees. See, wazee in Swahili means older people. And here in Africa, we have a culture where we respect our seniors. So if you realize that the older people are respecting you, they are trusting you, it is because you've shown the size of secrecy, because wealth is enshrined with secrecy. If today I can come to you and I share with you a very small secret, or somebody can come to you and share a very small secret. For example, someone tells you, hey, you know what, yesterday we had some quarrels with my wife or my husband. And then they're sharing that information with you. Probably they're seeking for your moral guidance. Yeah, sure, you share them the moral guidance. But the next minute, everybody knows, your colleagues knows that you had actually fought with somebody else. Why? Because the person whom you told that was not able to keep his or her mouth shut. That actually depicts a weakness. How many here watching this video right now, you tend to feel and think that wealthy, there is some sort of a secret that they know. And that's why if you come to Africa, if you're watching this from outside the continent, people tend to associate wealth with kind of voodoo, or I don't know. How can I even say this? Funny things, you know. People don't believe that indeed people can become wealthy without stepping others and what have you. They tend to associate it with bad things and what have you. Because they tend to think like, you know what, you must be, a bad person, you must be this kind of an individual. They don't believe that you can be able to do that. So if you possess this ability of keeping secret, people entrust you, people to come and talk to you, people to look at you and they tell you, we like you. You have that high vibrations. I'm telling you, you have one sign that is actually out there that you've shown signs that you're gonna be wealthy soon. By the way, just stay put, relax, you're gonna get it. Number 2, you're actually a timekeeper. Sometimes I used to wonder back then when I was a young man, why were teachers telling us to really keep time? I came to realize one thing, that timekeeping is a very essential character. If your ability to have time, you know why? The moment you're able to keep time, it shows the signs of management or managerial skills. I repeat, if you can be able to keep time, it shows some signs of managerial skills. It shows that you are organized. You know what you're doing. You align yourself. You have a schedule that you follow. You are disciplined. You actually cater or care about other people's time. By the way, if you don't have the ability to keep time, it shows that you disrespect other people. For instance, let's say we agree we meet, say, in town at 11:30. You showed up at 12:30. That's a whole 1 hour from our meeting time. Do you know what that tells us? It tells us you disrespect us. You don't even view our time as important as yours. You are selfish. Are we together? You are selfish. You are so much into yourself. You're self-centered. It's about you. That's why you see some of the leaders, they tend to kind of delay you a little bit, let's say for 2 hours, just to be 2 hours more important than they are. or they were. Now, what happens if you have the ability to keep time? You lose a lot of friends because most people are lazy. They don't want to keep. No, most people are not lazy. Most people are actually arrogant and ignorant. And then what happens is that they don't love to keep time. To them is not of essence. For example, come to Africa. You will actually see that, especially Kenyans. A Kenyan can tell you, I'll be there at 12 p.m. The guy shows up at 2 p.m. smiling. Well, I hope I've not given you time. 2 hours, bro. 2 hours. 2 freaking hours. We've been waiting for you. And then you're rubbing it as if it's nothing. Come on. By the way, the moment I'm invited somewhere for a meeting or a seminar, and then I see how that particular seminar is organized, I can tell a lot from that. By the time I arrive there and I see the organization and what have you, you are told that you're gonna be speaking to 150 members, and you be here at 10 a.m. and then they tell you, we will tell them that they should be here at 8 a.m. That is 2 hours before the actual meeting time. You show up at exactly that time. An hour goes at 11 a.m. The only people you are speaking to are 27 people out of 150. By the time now you're finishing your seminar, that's when you see a lot of people coming in. It tells you there is a problem. Might not be the organization, but the people whom they are leading. And probably what you're going to talk about in that particular session, they won't get anything. That's the reality. That's why they told you the moment you're going for an interview, always be 15 minutes prior the time. You be stable, familiarize yourself with the environment and such kind of a thing. So if you do not have the ability to keep time, it will be very hard for you to keep money. Hope I've shared that. Let's go to the next point. Another thing is, if you have these signs of abundance, you have the abundance. Abundance. What is abundance? Have you met with people who are kind of negative all the time? They tell you, hey, there is no money. You know, money is a scarce commodity. It's not there. And the only way I can make money is maybe I get out of this particular place. You know, there is no money. Like, if you possess the sign of abundance, yes, you know you do not have the money, but you do believe and you see it. You feel it from deep inside of yourself. There is a lot of money outside there. It's only need to be grabbed. The problem is not the lack of money. You know, it's me. You know, it's more of me than. By the way, do you know we see things the way we are not the way they are? It depends on the kind of the energy that you are exuding. Is it exuding or whatever? You know, putting it out there, if I may put it that way. See, the moment you have this spirit of the mindset of abundance, it is there and it is in plenty. For example, if you show up to a town, even if you go to the poorest country in Africa, you know, I don't want to mention the countries here, you're still going to find wealthy people there. It is in abundance. It's more of our mindset and how we do our thing. So if you walk with this mindset of abundance, you believe it is there, you can get it. It's only that the formula that you're using, it is not the right one. For example, there is a video I made to you guys and posted here on YouTube. You can go check it out there. I said how 36 million house changed my life. I was seated on the balcony of a house that I was tasked to paint because I used to be a painter, for those who have been with me for quite a long time. And when I was sitting on that balcony with other guys whom we were painting with, and I asked myself, this house is worth 36 million. That's like 360,000 US dollars. And I was asking myself, I'm being paid only 1,000 shilling in a day. That's like $10. I'm like, oh my goodness, when am I going to accumulate this money to this time? Assuming that I'm going to get the job throughout the time, gonna take me years and years and years. I don't know, it was close to like 30 years. Assuming that I'm getting that $10 daily without resting and without getting a dime out of it, then I realized I'm using the wrong formula. I had to change the mentality. I did my little bit research about that individual to find out whether he has been outside the country for him to get such kind of money, and he was barely 37 years old. I realized the guy has been in Kenya like throughout his life. Not even like throughout his life. He has never even gone outside the country. Then that's the time I realized there is plenty of money in this nation. That's when my mentality changed. I tried to squeeze that idea to my fellas here. I told them, guys, you know what? We're not using the right formula to look for money. I think we should. The guys were like, okay, the guy's just lucky. And I was like, you guys, you're not getting it. That is it. So if you have the mentalities of abundance, then you possess that ability, or you possess that sign that you're going to be rich soon. Than you see. And then number 3, or rather number 4, you practice OQP, only quality people. I got this from a very wonderful guy called Les. Wow, there is a very guy who talks about motivation. I forgot his name. He's wow, he's an African American actually. He's a very wow, Les Brown. It's called Les Brown. Yeah, when he said practice OQP, only quality people. You hang around with people of quality. You don't just hang around with anybody. You hang around with people who challenge you, either upgrade you, they motivate you or something like that. You hang around with people of a certain vibration, okay? You don't hang around with people who are always low vibration, low energy and what have you. You people who you talk about variety of things. How can we invest? What do we invest? You challenge each other. Even if that money is not there, you ask them, if you give you 10 million, if you give you 20, oh, by the way, what do you think if someone is making a salary of say 100,000, 200,000, do you think it's the right time to buy a car? And if you were to buy a car, what do you think would be the best formula to do? Oh, and by the way, let's say this guy is at 38. Do you know one thing? Okay, I come from a medical school. When I say medical school, I mean medical environment, kind of. That's what I studied for my first degree. And what happens is that the way questions are framed there is like patients come in showing this kind of a sign, does this and this, and then you keep on asking each other the question. So you can actually treat virtual patients, and then you can be like, the way this fellow of yours is describing that is, then you can narrow down to this disease, that disease. So the same case when it comes to growth and development. You ask yourself, hey, I have a 38 years old individual. Yeah, sure. Huh? The guy is earning 120,000 in a month. The guy lives in an average place where he pays this amount of rent. The guy is looking forward into buying a car, say, worth this amount of money. What would be the best formula for this guy to achieve that particular car and still have the financial freedom, and what have you? So you find out the different case scenarios. See what you're doing, guys. You are sharpening your brain. You are motivating each other. You're actually telling them, in case one day you get this money, you've been in that situation, this is how you plan yourself, this is how you manage yourself, and all those kind of things. So when you hang around with OQP, only quality people who have achieved something, who can show you something, who can share something, they challenge you. You don't hang around with people who are telling you what you would like to hear. Hang around with people who are telling you what you should have heard or what you need to know as far as the truth is concerned. Now that's what we call practicing OQP. And the last one is none other than what? By the way, guys, are you subscribed? Did you like the video? Are you liking the video? Make sure that you go ahead and hit that like button and make sure that you subscribe. Now, what happens, the fifth one is that you do what? You consume infotainment. You consume infotainment. It is informing you and it's entertaining you at the same time. Now, the problem that most people do is that they consume entertainment. You're broke and you're entertaining yourself. You shouldn't entertain yourself. Come on. You should educating yourself. Be educating yourself. Consume the thing that, sure, I mean, you're a human being, isn't it? You need a little bit of entertainment here and there because, they say work without play makes Jack a dull boy, isn't it? Well, I don't know how true that is anyway, but for me, I usually don't have a work-life balance. For me, for now, where I am, it's just work. Now, what happens is that when you consume infotainment, you are aligning yourself with the things that are provoking your comfort. You entertain yourself. You are seated there instead of watching series and movies that are not even helping you in any way, fictions. You are sitting there watching a certain podcast of somebody who came all the way from grass to grace. You may not get everything that they are saying, but there are some of the things that you can pick in between and be like, you know what, this can be done, this can be done. You're seated there watching vloggers or YouTubers, and you're working or you would like to be a YouTuber one day. I remember I used to watch a lot of YouTubers back then when I wanted to be a YouTuber, a content creator. Up to date, I still watch people who talk about finances. I still watch people who, come from grass to grace. I still watch people who are wealthy. By the way, you can actually find me seated down glued. Okay, maybe this one may not entertain you or rather may not educate you, but to some extent gives you the motivation. Watching cars and expensive machines pulling over in certain hotels in Monaco with a very nice cool background. Just see the way the wealthy people are getting out of those cars and how they are giving their keys to the valet, and I mean, like, you feel like, you get what I'm saying. Then after being motivated, because motivations will never take you anywhere without action, then you immediately shift to learning a skill. Okay, you find somebody, for example, right now we are in the era of AI. Are you learning AI? Do you understand how it works? How can you be an AI expert? How can you make some cash out of the AI? And by the way, I'm going to be making videos on how to make money with the AI. Are you able to practice that? Do you usually get out there and consume some of the debate that, you get what I'm saying? Infotainment, it is informing you. You are informed. Be informed. This world is a global village. You are informed. Some people ask me, by virtue of me knowing what's happening in Kosovo, how does it help you in making money? You are informed. There is a certain vibration you're creating deep inside of yourself. You are seated there, but you are a citizen. You are a global citizen. You can tell, hey, you know what? There was an earthquake in a certain country, Vietnam and whatever the places, and may God help them, whatever they are. Something is happening out there. You consume, but then if you consume rumors, gossip, celebrities, they did what, who married who separated with who, I don't know who is doing what, funny things. In Kenya, we have things, we call them the chai, I don't know, tea, I don't know. There's some things that aren't even helping you in any way. You just want to be excited, glued to your phone the middle of the night at 2 a.m. consuming that are not even helping you in any way. You don't even know what is an AI and something like that. So what happens is that align yourself with individuals who can help you a lot. If you can recap this very quick, have the ability to keep secret. If you possess that side, indeed, you are showing the ability to be wealthy or rich very soon. Number two, you are a timekeeper. You actually timekeeper. You keep time and you organize and you take care of yourself. It shows discipline, it shows time management, it shows the managerial skills. The other thing is you have the spirit of abundance. You have the abundance in your mentality. You don't walk with this scarcity mentality and such kind of a thing. And number four, you practice OQP. And the last one is that you consume infotainment. Now I'm telling you, if you practice those 5 things, or if you possess indeed those 5 things, then I'm telling you, you have the signs to be wealthy one day. And by the way, if you do not have them as you speak, you can still get them, practice them. This is Good Joseph as always. Make sure that you leave a comment on the comment section. Make sure that you subscribe, and see you in the next one.